John Deere 70. As the 1950s began, American agriculture began to change dramatically. It was a time when farmers were looking for machines that were more powerful, more durable, but still kept the simplicity in operation. And in 1953, John Deere, a name that has been associated with many generations of farmers, introduced to the market the John Deere 70 series. This machine was a clear upgrade from the Model G series, providing more power and higher working efficiency. Within 3 years of production, by 1956, John Deere had shipped more than 43,000 units, including gasoline, LP gas, all fuel versions, and especially the diesel version that was very popular thanks to its durability and economy. In 1955, the standard price of the 70 was about $2,800, a not small investment at that time, but worth the performance it brought. The John Deere 70 is powered by a 2-cylinder, water-cooled engine, with a capacity of up to 6.2 liters in gasoline and diesel versions, with an all-fuel version up to 6.8 liters. This is one of Deere's most powerful 2-cylinder tractors. Power reaches 45.6 horsepower at the drawbar and 50.8 horsepower at the PTO shaft, ideal for pulling plows, cultivators, or balers on small to medium fields. The 70 uses a 6-speed forward and 1-speed reverse mechanical transmission. This is a traditional sliding gearbox, easy to repair, smooth operation, allowing flexible speed adjustment in farm work. For those who have held the steering wheel of an old Deere, the feeling of shifting gears on the 70 is familiar. The 70's hydraulic system is of the live type, capable of operating independently, helping to lift and lower equipment easily without having to cut gears. For those who cultivate the land or cultivate annual crops, this is a great support feature. The John Deere 70 has a standard 540 RPM PTO shaft, enough to pull equipment such as lawn mowers, weed wrappers, and even compost mixers. The diesel version has a special starting mechanism, using a gasoline auxiliary engine to start the main diesel engine, a very unique detail, often attracting the attention of collectors. The wheelbase is about 91 inches, weighing from 6,500 to 7,000 pounds, depending on the version. This is not a small machine, but with large rear wheels, high ground clearance, and good weight distribution, it is extremely stable on fields or gently sloping hills. The fuel tank has a good capacity, enough for a long working day. The front tires are usually 6.00 by 16, the rear tires are 12 by 38, ensuring high grip and low slippage even in soft soil. Today, a well-restored John Deere 70 can be had for anywhere from $3,500 to $19,000, depending on the version, gasoline, diesel, LP gas, appearance, engine, and whether it comes with equipment. Things to consider when choosing. Diesel versions that start with a gasoline engine need to have the starter and starting mechanism checked carefully. The hydraulic system should lift and lower smoothly, without leaks. The PTO should operate smoothly, without vibration or strange noises under heavy loads. Check the condition of the clutch and transmission carefully. Replacing these parts can be expensive. The John Deere 70 is more than just a tractor, it is an icon, a witness to the golden age of American agriculture. With its powerful power, simple but sturdy design, and especially its long service life, this machine deserves to be called one of the most reliable American tractors for the small farm. Farmall 200. In the years following World War II, America entered a period of strong agricultural development. That was when International Harvester, one of the big names in the tractor manufacturing industry, launched the Farmall 200 model in 1954. This machine was developed on the basis of the Farmall Super C, but with minor technical and appearance upgrades. Within 3 years, by 1956, about 15,198 Farmall 200s were produced in Chicago, Illinois. At that time, the price was around $1,970, a worthy investment for farming families with small and medium-sized farms. And to this day, more than 65 years later, many Farmall 200s continue to operate reliably, a testament to their quality and timeless design. The Farmall 200 is equipped with an International Harvester C123 engine, 4 cylinders, water-cooled. The capacity is 123 cubic inches, about 2.0 liters, producing about 21 horsepower at the drawbar and more than 24 horsepower at the PTO shaft. With this machine, you can pull harrows, plow the soil, till the garden, and even attach a mower without any difficulty. The machine uses a sliding gearbox with 4 forward gears and 1 reverse gear, controlled by hand, very smooth and easy to get used to, especially for those who have used tractors in the past. This mechanical gearbox brings a real operating feeling, not as cumbersome as new generation machines. The Farmall 200 owns a hydraulic touch control system, one of the most outstanding features of this line. It allows precise control of attached equipment, from tillers, harrows, to dozer blades. For gardeners, this is an extremely convenient and labor-saving feature. Standard 540 RPM PTO, rear drive. While not a modern independent PTO, this system is still powerful enough to drive many basic small farm equipment, lawn mowers, water pumps, compost mixers, etc. Wheelbase is about 82.25 inches, weight is 3,541 pounds, a fairly solid machine but not bulky, easy to turn and maneuver in small spaces. Perfect for family farms or semi-agricultural land. Fuel tank capacity is not too large, but enough for a light day's work. Front tires are usually 5.00 to 15, rear tires 10 to 36, creating good stability and grip when operating on hard or farmland. Today, a Farmall 200 in good working condition costs about $2,000 to $4,500, depending on the level of restoration, tires, paint, and accessories. Many buyers choose this model for practical use or simply to preserve a piece of their family's farming heritage. Some things to consider when buying. Check the condition of the touch control hydraulic pump. Listen to the engine when starting, a steady sound, no knocking, no black smoke. The PTO operates smoothly, without jamming or shaking. The clutch and brake systems still engage well. The Farmall 200 is not the biggest or most powerful tractor, but with its sensible design, reliable engine, and the convenience of the touch control system, it is one of the most reliable classic American tractors for the small farm. It is not just a working tool, it is also a symbol of hard work, durability, and self-reliance, values that many in our generation have always cherished. Allis-Chalmers D10. When it comes to vintage American tractors, there is one name that always comes to mind that is synonymous with durability, simplicity, and dedication to the farmer, the Allis-Chalmers D10. Introduced in 1959, the D10 was designed specifically for small farms where compactness, versatility, and efficiency were everything. During its production run through 1967, around 9,100 D10s left the factory in West Allis, Wisconsin, with a starting price of around $3,400. Not a small number, but not too far out of reach for American farmers at the time, especially when they received a machine that many still use today. The D10 was equipped with a 4-cylinder gasoline engine, displacing 138 to 149 cubic inches depending on the version. Power is around 31 horsepower at the engine, 26 to 29 HP at the drawbar, and over 30 HP at the PTO shaft, a moderate power, but extremely reliable for everyday tasks such as plowing, harrowing, or mowing. The D10 uses a 4-speed forward and 1-speed reverse transmission, providing a simple, solid driving feel. For those who have operated tractors from the 50s and 60s, this transmission will feel very familiar, rustic but effective. The machine is equipped with a live hydraulic system, which can operate a variety of popular agricultural equipment. The 540 RPM PTO system has a transmission version from the transmission and an independent version in later models, very useful when using a tiller or mower. Wheelbase 78.75 inches, weight around 2,700 pounds. Compact, easy to turn in tight spaces, very suitable for small farms or family gardens. The fuel tank capacity is about 12 gallons, enough for a full day of work without refueling. The front tires are typically 4.00 by 15, the rear 9 by 24, providing good balance and smooth operation over a variety of terrain. Today, a good Allis-Chalmers D10 can be found for $2,000 to $4,000, depending on condition, tires, accessories, and series. For those who own a small plot of land or simply want to evoke the old-fashioned feeling of the farm, the D10 is an option worth every penny. However, note, check that the PTO and hydraulics are working properly. Does the engine start easily? The condition of the snap coupler system, as finding accessories, is sometimes not as easy as with a John Deere. The Allis-Chalmers D10 is not a large tractor. It doesn't have a computer, it doesn't have an automatic transmission, it doesn't have a sealed cabin. But it does have something that American farmers value: reliability, practicality, and the ability to work hard year after year. If you're looking for a vintage tractor to use for gardening, to keep a family tradition alive, or just to hear the old 4-cylinder engine roaring in the morning, the D10 is a worthy choice. Ford 2000. If you farmed in the 1960s and 1970s, chances are you drove, or saw, a Ford 2000 with its signature blue color and smooth 3-cylinder engine. First introduced in 1962, the Ford 2000 was part of the 1000 series of tractors that replaced models like the 601 and 701. It quickly became a popular choice for small to medium-sized farmers thanks to its simple design, moderate pulling power, and timeless durability. The machine was assembled in Highland Park, Michigan, and although official figures are lacking due to a warehouse fire, experts estimate that around 65,000 Ford 2000s were produced between 1962 and 1964, not counting later variants that lasted until 1975. In the mid-1960s, the starting price of a Ford 2000 was around $2,800, a reasonable investment for a machine you could rely on for decades. The Ford 2000 used a 158 cubic inch, water-cooled, 3-cylinder engine. Power was rated at around 31 horsepower at the PTO, which was enough for most small farm tasks: plowing, pulling a trailer, mowing, or operating a mixer. While not a power monster, the Ford 2000 is durable in the way that American farmers love it: low maintenance, easy to maintain, and readily available parts. Depending on the version, the Ford 2000 has a transmission with 4, 6, 8, or 12 forward speeds. The most popular version is the 8-speed, easy to operate and allows the driver to adjust the speed flexibly when plowing or hauling. The single clutch system is simple but effective. The machine uses an open-type hydraulic system with a maximum pressure of 2,500 psi and a pump flow of about 4.0 gallons/minute. This is a reliable system, enough to lift plows, harrows, and light equipment. The rear PTO has a speed of 540 RPM, and there is a live PTO or independent PTO version depending on the transmission. This is something you should pay attention to when choosing to buy again. Independent PTO is much more convenient for operating separate equipment. The wheelbase is about 75.8 inches, and the weight ranges from 3,280 to 4,100 pounds depending on the model. It's not too big to be difficult to handle, nor too light to lose traction. The Ford 2000 strikes the ideal balance for farms of 5 to 50 acres. The standard 5.50 by 16 front and 11.2 by 28 rear tires are sturdy enough for dry, soft, or heavy mud. The fuel tank is about 13 gallons, allowing for a full day of work without refueling. With its popularity for more than a decade, the Ford 2000 is still very much available on the used tractor market. Depending on condition, prices range from $3,000 to $7,000. Well-restored examples can fetch up to $10,000 if they are in perfect working order and come with equipment. When choosing, you should listen to the engine. The Ford 3-cylinder engine should run smoothly, without vibration or knocking. Check that the PTO is running smoothly, without shaking or suddenly shutting off. Make sure the hydraulic pump is strong, without oil leaks. The condition of the tires, brakes, clutch, these are the most vulnerable points of wear. The Ford 2000 is a part of history not only in the tractor industry, but in the life of the American farmer. It is not flashy, not noisy, but it is the most reliable machine a family can rely on for years of tilling, planting, harvesting. Oliver 60. Amid the changing landscape of American agriculture in the 1940s, the Oliver Farm Equipment Company, a name familiar to Midwestern farmers, introduced the Oliver 60, a compact yet powerful tractor that competed directly with the big names like the John Deere Model B, Farmall A, and Allis-Chalmers B. The first Oliver 60 rolled off the Charles City, Iowa, plant in 1940, and it quickly became a favorite for small farms that needed a simple, economical machine that would get the job done. At the time, it cost around $1,700, not cheap, but a worthy investment for those who believed in the durability of American tools. The machine was produced until the early 1950s, with tens of thousands sold across the United States and Canada, under the name Coxhut 60. The Oliver 60 was powered by a 120.6 cu water-cooled, four-cylinder engine with a Marvel-Schebler carburetor, producing about 20 horsepower at the drawbar. A modest figure but sufficient for plowing, tilling, harrowing, or operating a small harvester. This engine was easy to start, smooth, and very fuel-efficient, something that was especially important to farmers in the 1940s and 1950s. The Oliver 60 had two transmission options, a 4-speed, 1 reverse version, and a 6-speed, 2 reverse version in later models. With a simple dry-plate clutch system, gear shifting was smooth and easy to get used to, especially for those used to driving traditional mechanical tractors. The machine was equipped with an open hydraulic system, with a maximum pressure of 2,500 psi and a flow rate of about 4 gallons/minute, just enough to operate a lift, cultivator, or scraper. Rear PTO operates at a standard 540 RPM, driving directly from the transmission, suitable for most farm equipment of the era, from lawn mowers, water pumps to silage mixers. Wheelbase, 85.5 inches. Weight, 500 lbs, empty, up to 4,000 pounds with fuel and equipment. High ground clearance, large wheels, good for fields, even uneven ground. Tires and fuel capacity. Front tire, 5.00 to 15. Rear tire, 9 to 32. Fuel tank, 12 gallons, enough for a full day's work without refueling. Today, you can find an Oliver 60 in good condition for around $2,500 to $6,000, depending on the condition of the engine, paint, tires, and equipment. For well-restored examples, or rare ones like the narrow front, prices can top $8,000. Buying considerations. Engine should start easily, no strange knocking. PTO and hydraulics should work well, no leaks. Clutch should engage evenly, brakes should work. Watch out for rust on the chassis, a common weakness if the machine has been left outdoors for a long time. The Oliver 60 is not the biggest, most powerful machine, but that's what makes it the most reliable friend for those who need a small, durable, easy-to-repair machine that actually does the job. For decades, 60s have been working, from the barley fields of Iowa to the vegetable gardens of Tennessee. They are more than just tools, they are a part of the memory of rural America. If you've ever driven one of these machines, or still have one sitting in your shed, don't forget to leave a comment below, share your story with the next generation. Hit like if you love vintage tractors. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos about machines that have made American agricultural history. And if this video brings back fond memories, share it with your family, friends, or even your tractor riding partner. And we've got a lot more to tell about machines that never give up. See you in the next video.